Hello, today we tell about celebrities who left this world because of complications from COVID-19. The list of those who fell ill included famous actors, musicians, and even blue bloods. Unfortunately, the elderly celebrities could not recover from the insidious disease. Terrence McNally, November 3, 1938, St. Petersburg, Florida, March 24, 2020, Sarasota, Florida, was an American playwright, librettist, and screenwriter. Known as the Bard of the American Theater and one of the greatest modern playwrights the theater world has produced so far, he is the recipient of the Tony Award for Merit, 2019, and the Dramatists Guild Award, 2019. Since 2018, a Fellow of the American Academy of Arts and Letters, the highest recognition of artistic achievement in the United States. In 1996, he was inducted into the American Theater Hall of Fame. McNally's career spanned 6 decades. His plays, musicals, and operas were regularly performed around the world. On Broadway, he was one of the few playwrights of his generation to successfully go from the avant-garde to mainstream recognition. His work centered on the problems of human relationships. For McNally, the most important function of theater was to strengthen community and bridge the differences between people in religion, race, and sexual orientation. In addition to plays and musicals, he has written 2 operas, several screenplays, and television plays. Terrence McNally died of a coronavirus at a Florida hospital on Tuesday, March 24, 2020. Lucia Bose, January 28, 1931, Milan, March 23, 2020, Segovia, was an Italian actress who became popular during the Italian neorealism period of the 1950s. In her youth, Lucia worked in a bakery in Milan until she won the Miss Italy beauty pageant in 1947. The same pageant also included Gina Lollobrigida, who placed only 3rd. She made her movie debut in 1950 in DeSantis' film No Peace Under the Olives. The same year, she played Paola Molin in Michelangelo Antonioni's Chronicle of One Love. In 1953, Antonioni again invited Lucia, already in the role of Clara Manni in the movie Lady Without Camellias. Her career continued to develop actively until 1956, until Lucia did not marry a Spanish matador Luis Miguel de Mindina, and 4 years later left the career. The last movie of this time with Lucia was Testament of Orpheus, 1960, J. Cocteau. The following years, she devoted to her husband and the upbringing of children, Miguel, Paula, and Lucia. She returned to the movies in the late 1960s, appearing in Fellini's film Satyricon, and then in the film Brothers Taviani Under the Sign of the Scorpion, 1969. Since then, she has periodically appeared in small roles in films by Marguerite Duras, Jean Moreau, Liliana Cavani, Daniel Schmid, Pedro Almodovar, Francesco Rosi, Agustin Villaranga, Ferzan Ozpetek, and others. In 2000, Lucia Bose realized the dream of her youth and opened the world's first Museum of Angels. Located in the town of Turigano, Segovia, the museum exhibits more than 80 works by contemporary artists from different countries depicting angels, as well as various angelic sculptures. She died on March 23, 2020, in Segovia of pneumonia caused by the COVID-19 coronavirus. Floyd Cardoz, October 2, 1960 to March 25, 2020, was an Indian-American chef. He was born in Mumbai. He owned the New York City eatery Palwala and was a chef at Tabla, as well as the winner of Season 3 of Top Chef Masters in 2011. His restaurants in New York were known for combining Indian flavors and spices with Western cuisine. Cardoz was a 4-time James Beard Award nominee and the author of 2 cookbooks. He is the winner of Season 3 of Top Chef Masters. He donated prize money to the Young Scientist Cancer Research Fund at the Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai. He was named among the 50 most influential Indians in the world by GQ magazine in 2011. Cardoz and his wife and business partner Barka had 2 sons, Justin and Peter. Cardoz died of COVID-19 on March 25, 2020, at Mountainside Hospital in Montclair, New Jersey, at the age of 59. He had been hospitalized for a week after traveling from Mumbai to New York via Frankfurt on March 8, when he fell ill and tested positive for the virus. Mark Blum, May 14, 1950 to March 25, 2020, was an American actor who worked in theater, film and television. He achieved success with a starring role in the 1985 film Desperately Seeking Susan, followed the next year by a supporting role in Crocodile Dundee. On stage, Blum won an Obie Award for his role in the play Gus and Al during the 1988 to 1989 season. Near the end of his career, Blum had a recurring role on the Amazon Prime series Mozart in the Jungle from 2014 to 2018. He also appeared as a guest on dozens of shows throughout his career. Blum won an Obie Award for his performance as Al in Playwright's Horizons production of Albert Inaudito's play Gus and Al during the 1988 to 1989 season. On Broadway, he has appeared in Neil Simon's Lost in Yonkers, Gore Vidal's Schaefer, and Richard Greenberg's Assembled Parties. In 2013, he appeared as Max in the early stages of production on Model Apartment. Blum was on the faculty of HB Studio in New York City. In 2018, Blum landed a recurring role as Ivan Mooney in the former Lifetime thriller You. He has performed regularly at Playwright's Horizons, an off-Broadway theater in New York City. Blum performed frequently on Broadway, including in revivals of 12 Angry Men. His most recent Broadway credits include the assembled roles, Gore Vidal's Best Man 2 and Neil Simon's Lost in Yonkers. Blum was an active member of the Screen Actors Guild, serving on the New York and national boards of directors. Blum died of complications related to COVID-19 at New York Presbyterian Hospital on March 25, 2020 at the age of 69 during the COVID-19 pandemic in New York City. Joe Diffie, December 28, 1958, Tulsa, USA, March 29, 2020, Nashville, USA, was an American country singer-songwriter. He has won several awards, including a Grammy. After working as a demo recording vocalist in the mid-1980s, he signed with Epic Records' Nashville division in 1990. From then through 2004, Diffie released 35 singles on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart, 5 of which reached number 1, his debut release Home, If the Devil Danced, In Empty Pockets, Third Rock from the Sun, Pickup Man. His song held the number 1 spot the longest, lasting 4 weeks, and Bigger Than the Beatles. In addition to these singles, he had 12 other singles reach the top 10, and another 10 reached the top 40 on the same chart. He has also co-written singles for Holly Dunn, Tim McGraw and Joe DiMessina, and recorded with Mary Chapin Carpenter, George Jones and Marty Stewart. Diffie has released 7 studio albums, a Christmas album and a Greatest Hits compilation under the Epic label. He has also released 1 studio album each on Monument Records, Broken Bow Records and Rounder Records. Among his albums, 1993's Honky Tonk Attitude and 1994's Third Rock from the Sun are certified platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America, while 1992's Regular Joe and 1995's Life's So Funny are both certified gold. His album, Homecoming, the Bluegrass album, was released in late 2010 on the Rounder label. His style is defined by neo-traditionalist country influences with a mix of new songs and ballads. On March 27, 2020, Diffie announced that he had been diagnosed with a coronavirus. A couple days later, on March 29, he passed away in Nashville as a result of a coronavirus infection.